Alright, I'm going to try to make this 10 minutes and my camera doesn't work. Hello, my name is Curtis Deitel, and in this video I'm going to explain the Microsoft Access database I created for Gallery 1. Gallery 1 is a neighborhood art gallery that needed a better way to organize information about artists, artwork, and sales. Before using this database, the gallery depended on handwritten records and paper logbooks. That kind of system can lead to lost information, payment mistakes, and confusion when staff needs to find records quickly. The purpose of this database is to make the gallery's information easier to store, search, and update. In this walkthrough, I will explain why I chose my tables, fields, and relationships. I will also demonstrate the saved queries and explain what the results show. The main tables in my database are artists, seen here, artworks, and sales. The saved queries are also sold artworks by artists and total sales by artist. I will now explain my artist table. The first table I created is the artist table. I chose this table because the gallery needs to keep track of each artist who submits artwork. The artist is one of the main subjects of the database because every artwork must be connected to the person who created it. The fields in this artist table are artist ID, first name, last name, phone number, and email. The most important field is artist ID. I used artist ID as the primary key. A primary key is a field that uniquely identifies each record in a table. This means that artists can receive a unique number, as seen here. This is important because two artists could possibly have similar names, but they would not have the same artist ID. The artist ID prevents confusion and helps Microsoft Access identify each artist correctly. The first name and last name fields store the artist's name. The phone number and email fields store contact information. These fields are useful because the gallery may need to contact an artist about submitted artwork, a customer sale, or a payment detail, or payment details. In my sample data, the artist table includes artists such as Zek Marquis, Sakura Kinomoto, Chiba Mamoru, and Shotaro Kaneda. Each artist has their own contact information and unique artist ID. Now, moving to the artworks table. The second table I created is the artworks table. I chose this table because Gallery 1 needs to track every artwork submitted by the artists. Artwork information should be separate from artist information because one artist can submit more than one artwork. The fields in this table are artwork ID, artist ID, title, medium, price, and status. The artwork ID is the primary key for this table. It gives each artwork its own unique number. This is helpful because two artworks could have similar titles, but each artwork still needs to be identified separately. The artist ID in the artworks table is a foreign key. A foreign key is a field that connects one table to another table. In this case, artist ID connects the artworks table back to the artist table. The title field stores the name of the artwork, as seen here. The medium field stores the type of artwork, such as a painting or a photograph. And the price field stores the listed price of the artwork, while the status field shows whether the artwork is sold or available. This table is important because it keeps artwork details in one organized place instead of mixing them with artist contact information or sales information. Now we'll move to the sales table. The third table I created is the sales table. I chose this table because the gallery needs to track customer purchases, sales information is different from artist information and artwork information, so it belongs in its own table. The fields in this table are sales ID, artwork ID, customer name, sale date, sale price, and payment method. The sale ID in this field is primary key. It gives each sale its own unique record number. This is important because every sale is a separate transaction. The artwork ID in this table is the foreign key. It connects each sale to the specific artwork that was sold. This helps the staff know exactly which artwork belongs to each sale record. The customer name field stores the customer's name. The sale date field stores the date of the sale. The sale price field stores the final amount paid. And the payment method field stores how a customer paid, such as card or cash. In my sample data, my customers include Jordan Marquez, Crystal Kane, Adam Young, or Eric Castillo. The payment methods include card or cash. This table helps Gallery 1 avoid payment mistakes because all sales information is stored in one organized place instead of being scattered across handwritten slips. Okay, still recording. Okay. Now I'll explain the relationships. Next, I created the relationships table. The first relationship is between the artist table and the artworks table. These two tables are connected by artist ID. This relationship means that one artist can have many artworks. For example, one artist could submit several pieces of art, but each artwork is connected back to the correct artist through artist ID. The second relationship is between the artworks table and the sales table. These two tables are connected by artwork ID. This relationship allows each sale to connect the correct artwork to the correct artwork when a customer buys artwork. The sales table uses artwork ID to identify which artwork was purchased. These relationships are important because they allow the database to combine information from separate tables instead of repeating the artist's name in every artwork record or repeating artwork details in every sale record. Access uses the ID fields to connect the information. I also use referential integrity. Referential integrity means the database helps prevent broken or unmatched records. For example, the database should not allow an artwork to use an artist ID that does not exist in the artist table. It should also not allow a sale to use an artwork ID that does not exist in the artworks table. This protects the accuracy of the database and helps make sure every artwork belongs to a real artist and every sale connects to real artwork. Now we're going to go over the normalization. The database also follows the idea of normalization. Normalization means organizing data into separate related tables so the same information does not have to be repeated over and over again. For example, I did not store an artist's phone number and email address inside the artworks table. The information belongs to the artist table. If the artist's email changes, the gallery only has to update it in one place. I also did not repeat all artwork details, as seen here, inside the sales table. It was not found. Instead, the sales table uses artwork ID, as seen here, to connect the sale to the correct artwork. This design reduces duplicate data, helps prevent errors, and makes the database easier for staff to maintain. Now we're going to go over the queries. Now I will demonstrate the first save query called Sold Artworks by Artists. To open this query in Microsoft Access, I have to go to the left navigation pane and look under Queries section. Then I double click Sold Artworks by Artist. This query combines information from artists, artwork, and sales tables. The purpose of this query the, the purpose of this query is to show that artworks have been sold, who created them, how much they sold for, and when they were sold. The query results in include fields such as first name, last name, title, sales price, sales date, and status. For example, the query can show that Zek Marquise is connected to Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, which sold for $1,700 on April 10th, 2026. It can also show that Sakura Kinomoto is connected to Card Capture Sakura, which sold for $2,300 on March 5th, 2026. And then another result would be Shotaro Canada, which is connected to Akira Limited, which sold for $300 on January 20th, 2026. This query is helpful because staff do not have to open 3 different tables to find this information. The query brings the artist, artwork, and sales price and the sales date together in one clear results screen. This would help Gallery 1 answer questions such as which artworks are sold, which artist created each sold artwork, and how much did each artwork sell for. Now we're going to go over query 2. The second save query is also called Total Sales Artist. To open this query, I have to go to the left pane under Queries and double click the total sales per artist. This query calculates the total amount of sales connected to each artist. It groups the results by artist and adds together the sales prices. These results show the artist's first name, last name, and total sales amount. In Access, the total field may appear as sum or total sales per artist. For example, the query can show Zek Marquise, whose last name Zek Marquise sold $1,700. It can show Sakura Kinomoto with total sales of $2,300. You can show Chiba Mamoru, whose total sales are $3,400, and Shotono Kaneda, whose total sales are $300. This query is useful because it saves time. Instead of the staff adding sales totals by hand, Access calculates the totals automatically. The gallery could use this query when preparing payment records, reviewing artist sales, or checking how much each artist had earned from sold amount. In conclusion, this Microsoft Access database gives Gallery 1 a simple and organized way to track artists, artworks, and sales. I chose the artists, artworks, and sales table because they represent the main information the gallery needs to manage. I chose fields that support the gallery's daily work, including names, contact information, artwork titles, prices, sales dates, sale prices, and payment methods. The relationships connect the tables together using primary keys and foreign keys, and the artist table connects to artworks tables through artist ID. And the artworks table connects to sales table through artwork ID. The saved queries make the database more useful because the staff can quickly view sold artworks and total sales per artist. Overall, this database helps Gallery 1 replace paper records with a more reliable system that is easier to search, update, and explain to other staff members.